Hey guys, welcome back. In this video I want to show you how to start working with the HtmlDisplayFor method to show the data inside the table and also customize the format of the date column. Now let's dig in. In my previous tutorial we talked about this matter and how to customize the columns of the table. In addition, we need to add the items to my table, something like the Alex, Sarah, up to the end. And sometimes we need to customize the date column, for instance, this column, and remove the time from the date and time and leave only the date inside the table. To do that, we need to use the DisplayFor. So for better understanding, if I take a look over here and make a snapshot. So this is the result. As you see over here at the top, I have the for loop structure and it is for each. Indeed, I'm going to use the for loop structure to add the data. Then inside it, I have the var and the item. Item data type is var, but it is inside the model. So the item indeed is the row of data. And if I take a look, this is the item. We can say it's row of data. Row of data or data row. Then inside the item, we have all of the columns, including the ID, first name, up to the end. In addition, we have the TR over here, or the table row. So this is the TR, or the table row. Then I have the TD, or the cell, or the columns. In it, the TDs are this, and each data is the TD. If I right click over here and get inside the inspect, so I have more power and more control. This is the TD. The next one is the TD. If I take a look, great. The TD up to the end. And this is my TR. And this is another TR. So each TR is the row. You can see it like this. And if I expand that, I have the TDs for each column from the beginning up to the end, like this one. And also this is the T body. Inside the T body, I have the T head. So you can see the T head over here. Previously we talked about this matter and how to work with it. So let's close this, and if I take a look, it looks better now. Inside the T body, you can see at the top I have the for each structure, and I'm going to repeat all of this for each record or for each row. Now I have the TD. Inside it, I can directly use the @item.id. This is a really simple method to get the data, but sometimes we need to customize the format of the information. For instance, if I take a look over here inside the date, rect date, and if I take a look over here inside the rect date column, I have same kind of the date, then the time. But if I take a look inside the SQL server, and this is my students, and select, as you see over here, I haven't any kind of time information inside the rect date, but we have the time information inside the column over here. So we need to format this data based on the actual format inside the database. To do that, we need to use the same mechanism for formatting the data, and the best one is DisplayFor. If you work with the DisplayFor and if you use it, then you can assign the format to this column. And where's the location of the formatting is exactly inside the model. So I have the student here, and inside it I have the date. For instance, I have the date column, and this is the column. If I take a look, great and amazing. So add a space, great, for better result. I have the date column, and this is the date inside the Microsoft SQL, and the date time inside the C#. Why? Because in the C# we haven't any date type. Instead of that, I have the date time. So the Visual Studio mapped the date with the date time inside the C#. Now, before doing anything and before defining the column, I can easily say the square brackets, then the display format, and the display format. It's really simple. Open the parentheses, and inside it I have all of these parameters, but the only thing I need is data format string. exactly this one. So let's write data format string, and the data format string, don't forget to assign the equals like this guide, and this is the string, so don't hesitate to add the double quotations. Now it's time to define my format inside it. If you want to only get the date, the solution is really simple. Just add the curly braces, then add the 0, then colon, and inside it I can easily assign the date format. So I want to work something like this: 4 digits for my year, 2 digits for my month. For the month, don't hesitate to use the uppercase. It's really necessary. Uppercase M for the month. And finally the DD, 2 digits day for the day. So this is the result. Now if I save everything, and currently I'm working with the hot reload and auto reload after saving. So after saving it, I can get access to the result. Congratulations, we did it. As you see, I can easily use the DisplayFor method to show the data and also format it easily and quickly. So by using the display format, you can format to anything that you want. For instance, you want to change this one to 2 digits, easily delete that. And if I save it, come over here, I have only 2 digits for my year. Everything is possible for you. And also instead of this, I can add the DD here and the MM here. Let's save everything, Control S, and the result is this: the day and the month, exactly like this. Or you can come over here and only say the day, and this is the year and the day. Control S to save and load it back. So you are completely free to format anything that you want, and this is the result. And don't forget, if you open up the Google and search about the data format string, there is many thousand websites that you can use them for the different data types. For instance, for the number, for the string, or for the time, and so on. Okay, I enjoyed a lot. Now we'll learn more about custom formatting. And if I take a look inside the index one more time, at the beginning I have the TD, one TD for edit, delete, and details buttons. Edit for all of this: edit, details, and delete. The structure of these are really simple. First, we talked about this matter and how to use the tag helper, the action, the ASP action here up to the end. Indeed, in the ASP action, we're gonna use the action name, the edit, and inside the student controller, if you take a look, I have the edit. This is details, and also if I take a look, I have the create, then I have the edit, and also if I take a look, I have another edit. Later I'll talk about these matters. So come over here, and inside the index I have the ASP action, and these are the tag helpers. Previously talked about it. Don't forget to assign the tag helper in the view imports, the add tag helper, Microsoft ASP.NET Core, and the tag helpers. And then you can get access to these tag helpers. And finally, I have the ASP routes ID, or the selected ID. For better understanding, if I take a look inside the browser and hover on the edit, as you see over here at the bottom, exactly here, we have the edit and the /1. Or if you come over here and inspect, so select this and hover on this one. As you see, I have the student. This is the controller name, the action, then the ID. In my beginning topics, I'll talk about this matter. So this is the controller, the action, and the ID. ID1. The next one is ID1, but inside the details, I have the details action inside the student, and also I have the number 1 or the ID1 for the delete inside the student. You can see this ID over here and also here up to the end. Each anchor tag has a really simple structure: the controller name, the action, then the ID to edit. And if I take a look in the next record, for instance, for the record 5, great, this is for the record 5, I have the same structure but the different ID 555. And we can easily assign this format inside the program.cs. If I take a look in the program.cs over here and scroll down, I have this structure, the controller, then the slash, then the action name, then the slash, and finally the ID. After the ID, I have the question mark. It means the ID can be null. So we can use the ID or null value or ignore that. And this is the meaning of the question mark. So if I take a look in the index, as you see over here, I have the ASP route ID. Route ID means indeed this number, the route ID, or in my program.cs means this ID. It is the ASP.NET tag helper. And instead of the route ID, I want to use the item or my record, then the ID inside it. For the edit, we have the same thing for the details and also same thing for the delete. So the ID is added to the delete action. And all of these are inside the student controllers. And the result is like this: the controller name, the action, the ID. All of these are 5. Also, you can see another one. If I take a look, the next one is 6, and the result is 6 over here. Okay, I enjoyed a lot. Now we learned more about these great and amazing parts of the index page. So my journey to the index page is accomplished successfully. And if I take a look, yes, we learned about the for loop structure over here inside the T-body, the T-head, and also we talked about this matter at the top for creating the new record, because it is binded to the create action inside my controller. So let's talk about another tricky note. Can we delete some of these columns? Yes, of course, you can delete any column that you want. For instance, in this example, I don't need to use the rec date or the age. I can easily delete the rec date and the age columns. So come over here, get inside the Visual Studio. To do that, you need to delete the column from the T head, then from the T body, both of this. So come over here, and suppose I don't need the rec date, delete that entirely, and also the age. So this is the age. Delete the TH or table heading or head, and this is the result. Also, we need to use something like this inside the data and get inside the for loop structure and delete the TD for the age and also the TD for the rec date, and save everything and get inside the browser. So I have the first name and also the last name and the grade, and the data are appropriate to the first name, to the last name, and the grade. So you can do anything that you want by customizing this table. You can change the back color, the border, and anything that you want, because this is the pure HTML code and you are completely free to do anything that you want. Okay, I enjoyed a lot. Now what about the next step? In the next step, I'm going to talk how we can customize the layout of the website. It's time consuming, so stay with me. Thanks for your time.